Okay, good morning. Happy Friday, and welcome to the first episode of Discuss and Discover. I'm really excited today because I've been waiting on this like all week, literally. I'm trying to make sure I said that word right because I know some people who say literally, and it kind of rubbed off on me for a minute. So I'm trying to, I had to think about it for a minute. But welcome. This is the first episode, and in this episode, we're gonna move smooth and just start off with what was it? Two artists. One is a singer and a rapper. Another one is just a singer, and then we have a band. So I'm gonna give information about each one, and then we're gonna move over to leader of today. The category is leaders of today, but we only have one person for that category today, and she has a whole page and then some to herself. So yeah, yeah. And then we have authors. We got Ladarian. I think it's either Ladarian or Ladarian, but I'm gonna go with Ladarian Williams. But I'm gonna just stick to his last name throughout his bio and stuff like that. Um, and then we have another artist, Chris, not artist, but podcaster, author, writer, Christina Anderson. The Real Talk Life Lessons with Reflection, her latest journal. And then we're gonna move over to a couple of questions, and then I'll end the podcast. So I was trying to, when creating this podcast, I was trying to figure out if I wanted to make it a seasonal podcast, which is each season has about 3 episodes talking about a specific topic, and to give it time, I was gonna, spread it out through 3 episodes to really go in depth with what was going on and with the topic, whatever it was going to be. But I decided to have each episode to be a different topic. So I'm gonna use the whole episode to go into that said topic, whatever the topic is. So the topics will be very different, and it ranges from music to political changes such as policies. Like the intro does say, what does it say? I keep policy analysis. So policy analysis, that's basically us finding new policies that's being put through by whoever. It could be statewide, it could be just nationwide. And we're really gonna get into it and explain the reason for the topics. I mean, the reason for the policies, who pushed for the policies, and what does the policy affect. So, um, we're really gonna focus on the big ones that really affects people and makes big changes and causes. It can cause issues or it can bring good things. So, and then what else we have? We have literature and arts. So that could be anything. That could be from books to new art pieces or just anything that falls under literature and arts. And that could go for entertainment as well, such as new movies. And but I won't just be focusing on any type of movies. I'm gonna focus on movies that clearly has meaning to it. All movies have meaning to it, but there's just specific movies that really bring forth an issue, and that's something that should be discussed within people. The movie obviously wants people to question reality and just question things as they are. You know, y- I feel like y'all kind of know what I'm saying. Um, I don't always know how to put things into words, but I will try my best. I might stutter in the process, but I will try my best. Okay. Um, so then we also have our music. I did say music that kind of goes with art, but I wanted that to be separate because there's also songs that really gets you to question things, and they have so much meaning behind it, especially songs today. Um, for example, when the Black Lives Matters movement and stuff like that came forth, there were rappers and singers making their songs on that with messages for that in those songs. So that's just an example on how music can be used for certain things. So this isn't a podcast. This is not a podcast that goes just talks about anything. talking about things with meaning, things that bring forth change, things like I keep saying, that allows you to question or forces you to question what's going on around you and pay attention and at least want to make some type of change. So, first, we're going to go to artists. So, today, I just wanted to introduce y'all to some people or some bands that I just learned about or and feel like they're good and like the music, especially with Pothole Paradise. I was listening to their first album on Spotify, and I've added at least 3 songs to my liked list because the music is just good. It's just that good. I really like it. So, the first we're gonna start with Pothole Paradise actually. Okay, so they're a band. You can find them on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. I'm not trying to talk proper, but I'm trying to make sure y'all understand what I'm saying, okay? Because I don't need to be smushing my words together. People say I tend to do that sometimes, and it sounds like one word and they don't know what I'm saying. So Pothole Paradise, they're a band out of Jackson, Mississippi, indie rock band. So I will also be doing that a lot, trying to get people. Each episode I'll do that. Get people from Mississippi, and get a little bio because I text them on what was it, Instagram, and got a bio from them. So Paho Paradise is a band. Find them on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. I'm reading from my notes. Yeah, I am. And they're an indie rock band. So the original band members they met as kids and started playing together. Each member has their own taste in music. So the band members they do include Andrew. He is the singer. He likes R&B and blues. Ricky. He is the lead guitarist, liking 90s pop rock and rock classics. I've never listened to pop rock. I don't listen to rock, but I mean, I've heard the drills here. They play certain songs, and rock is kind of good. I kind of like some of it, not all of it, but it's not my type of thing. Sam, he is the drummer, and he likes heavy. Y'all, I ain't gonna lie, I don't know how to pronounce this word, so give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Let me see how you pronounce this word. Let me see. I feel like I could pronounce it, but I don't know. Still gonna mess it up. Let's see how to pronounce. Uh-huh. Let's see. Okay, psychedelic. I don't know. That's still psychedelic. Okay. Anyways, psychedelic rock and the original bass player liking funk and disco. I love me some funk music. I really do. Funk and disco, and then the current bass player likes jam bands. Okay. So they started out writing songs, and they decided to start recording some. After the first album release, they started playing live shows for friends. But other people started becoming interested and started showing up. So now they play at what was it? They play at cafes and stuff like that, and just places that allows live bands. They're all in college now, so they're separated, but they do come back together at times to play for live shows. You can find them on Apple Music, YouTube, SoundCloud, and Spotify. They have over 8,700. They have over 8,700 monthly listens. Okay, so they got a good bit of listens, and now I'm about to be added to that count because they got good music. I'm telling you, they got real good music. My favorite song by far, I wrote it down. Yep, it's called "In God's Name." That's a good one. But it's also like 2 other ones that I added to my like. I like all of them, but no, those are real good. All right, so next we got I don't know how to pronounce his name either. Jesus. Okay, so it's either Torrance or Terrence Muse. You can find him on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Let's see how you spell his name. Tarrane Muse. So Terrence Muse or Terrence Muse. Like my grandma say, Ance. No, wait, yep. Hold on. Tarrance. There we go. Muse. Okay, sound like the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse intro. Mickey. But Insta, you can find him on Insta, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Okay. So he just recently released his new single, Caught My Heart. You can find that on Spotify, YouTube, and Prime Music. Caught My Heart on Spotify, YouTube, and Prime Music. The YouTube, it has a music video, great production. He has over 1,700 monthly listeners for his first song. So that's pretty good. That's progress. You got to start somewhere. Along with being an artist, Muse has also commissioned as an officer within the Army from the University of Alabama in Birmingham through the ROTC program. So go give him a listen. Congratulations on commissioning as an officer, sir, second lieutenant. Good job to you. So next we have Lady Payco. Because this is the spelling LadyPAAKO. Lady Payco. She is 19 years old. She's an islander raised in Mo City, Texas. She's a singer and a rapper. She is also a service member serving in the United States Army. We graduated basic training together. Yep, she's good people's. She has a good voice. She has a pretty voice. I'm not even. Pretty just sounds so. I don't want to say small, but her voice is beautiful. Isn't pretty was an understatement. She has a really good voice. Um, yeah, Basic was definitely she was a fun person. Definitely made Basic a interesting place. You can also find her on Instagram and TikTok, and she has her music on Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube. So go give her a listen. Add on to her monthly listens and stuff like that. Um, let's see. She plans to maintain independency. I'm trying to find my notes. I'm sorry, y'all. As an artist, she also wants to produce professionally with plans to start her own label. So good luck on your journey to become your own label. I hope that all of the artists and bands succeed in their future careers. All right, especially with music, because music is very important. Like all music is very important. Okay. Now some of this stuff, it's a little. Uh, it got meaning to them for the artist, but it's you know, yeah. But these people are very good artists. Music is very good. I've listened to each one of them numerous times. Um, my first listen to Pothole Paradise band. My apologies. It was last night, but I was listening. I was listening this morning. I was listening late into the night last night, and I had some playing right before I just started recording. And about that, we did plan on doing a live. Well, I planned on doing a live, but YouTube had other plans. So, all right. So, to our leaders of today's section, we got Danelia Coleman. She is my cousin, of course. Um, she is our first mention. I wanted to. I had it set up to where I was gonna do accomplished people, like big people, like known people. Not saying Danelia is not big because definitely is, definitely making a change, definitely bringing forth things that a lot of other people are not. So I just want to say that. So I'm not undermining her or anything like that. But just people nationally known and that's been getting like a lot of recognition from a lot of people. Like just, people on the news type stuff. But I was like, nah. Nah, let's go down to the young people because I feel like there's a lot of young people that's showing leadership and that's making changes and becoming accomplished and not getting recognized. So I wanted to, shine a light on those people. She, oh, already said that. All right, she's 17 years old. She's a junior at Madison Shannon Palmer High School in Marks, Mississippi. Back in Mississippi, I'm telling you. You know. Her deep sense of community and dedication comes from her family and upbringing in Marks, Mississippi. Being a member of No Souls Left Behind Ministries in Lambert, Mississippi, we can say that being a Christian also influences her dedication and leadership. I feel like it's a lot of R words, and it's messing me up. Danelia showcases her sense of leadership by holding the titles of student council vice president, cheerleading captain, and Beta Club vice president. She also serves as a Lackey Scholar. And within the Lackey Scholar, she is the student coordinator and is involved in organizations like Panola County Debutante. What is that? Debutante? I don't know. I think it's just debutante. I hope I'm right. Okay. National Society of High School Scholars and Delta Gems. I can't even read my own handwriting. That is crazy. Danelia is also a graduate of the Mississippi Governor's School. That's a good accomplishment. That's a real good accomplishment. She received the Community Award, which is awarded to only one student who demonstrates outstanding service to fellow scholars and embodies faithful citizenship through embracing diversity, showing strength of character and understanding civic responsibilities. Congratulations. This is when I that was my first time knowing about the what was it, the Governor's School Award when I got the bio last night. Oh, oh, that's crazy. I'm sorry, I had to read a message. Anyway, that is crazy. Um, next, okay, we also have a bio continuing. I told y'all she had a page and song. So also with their academics, Miss Coleman earned the highest average, not the second, not the third, but the highest. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. My cousin got it. I'm telling you. She holds the highest average in Algebra 1 and 2, General Music, Biology, English 1, Child Development, Spanish, and Chemistry, being in the top 10% of her class. If that ain't accomplishments, I don't know what is. Okay. Like, how many it is? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, and eight. The top and eight subjects. Come on now, y'all. Me in the top 10% of her class. And I bet you out of that 10%, she's in the 5%, the top five. Let's see. Hmm. Let's see. My notes is all over the place, y'all. So, with the goal of becoming a lawyer, Miss Danelia Coleman plans to attend Jackson State University and Ole Miss, the University of Mississippi. Okay. She lives by the motto strive to do better, give back, and inspire others. Y'all, that's a leader. That's a leader. If this don't show leadership, I don't know what else show leadership. I'm telling y'all. Not only does she have the goals, she is showing work to meet these goals while being an example for many other people. She's an example for her peers. She's an example for somebody's and I put air quotes around this when I say it, grown-ups or adults. She's an example for some of these people. So she's a very excellent example of leadership, and I couldn't have chose anybody better for this segment today. So for the author segments, we have okay, it's either Ladarian Williams or Ladarian. Y'all know that black people, because these all are people of color, except the pothole Paradise Man, but welcome to the family. Um, we can have different pronunciations of our names and what they are spelled. So, I'm not trying to mess nobody up, but y'all get what I'm saying. So it's I'm just say Mr. Williams. Okay, y'all heard the first name. You can find him on Facebook, Instagram, and I think TikTok. I'm not too sure about TikTok. Um, I'm not a I haven't been on like TikTok like that for real, so I really wouldn't know. But I know for sure you can find him on Instagram and Facebook, and he posts consistently. So he released Blood at the Roots. It was released on May 7th, 2024. And I have the book. Where is it? It's under my yeah, that is under my hat right here. I'm over here. My speech I swear y'all, I don't have speech issues. I don't know what's going on. But I have Blood at the Roots. I'm over here, got it in front of me like I got a camera on. One day, just not today. I need a better camera. I got something coming in the mail, y'all. But I'm gonna still put it in front of me like I'm on camera. Blood at the Roots. The cover itself is good. Like, this is nice. No, I'm finna let me see who it was published by. I need to talk to them. But May 7th, 2024, when it was released. He's from Helena, Alabama. So, still down here in the South, he released a book based on a young boy named Malik. So Malik, he gets accepted into this. All right, let's back it up. So I don't want to tell the whole book, but there's there was a situation that occurred that brought Leak to Louisiana, and in Louisiana he finds his grandmother. Well, he didn't find her. Somebody brought her to his attention. I'm gonna put it like that. And because of these circumstances, he got accepted into a university called Cayman University. It's a magical HBCU. So it's like I don't want to say it's like Harry Potter, um, because it's not. But you can reference Harry Potter, I guess, to bring it to your mind if you have not read the book. But it's more of like HBCU style, and it's in the what did he say? The backwoods of Louisiana. So like the sticks, I guess. But it's nice. It's a nice university. It has the characters are for somebody to be able to focus on those different personalities and put them all in one book and able to have consistency with the characters and the character development shows good penmanship. Like and just shows how good of a writer he is. So I'm speaking from knowledge now, from what I know about him. He has written plays. So the book, it wasn't a book at first, I don't think, not that I know of. It started off as a playwright, a screenwriter. He also write plays and stuff like that. And I watched the video on YouTube, and I really feel like somebody should make this a movie. And the characters, I already got a lineup for the characters who could play who. Angela, how you pronounce her last name, Bassett or Bassett, she or Bassett, however you pronounce her last name, she would be a good character for his grandmother. She would be a good actor for the character, because it's just I really just with her acting, I really just feel like she would embody the role of his grandmother, like every character she plays. She does great. Like she's a top tier actor. But so he joins Cayman U. He finds out that his mother was a part of the school. She never told him. So he has to unravel a mystery and figure some things out. And the outcome was very much not expected. Um, the plot twists were not expected. It was just very. It's a good read. It's an excellent read, and I really recommend this book. I really do. So you can find Blood at the Root on Amazon. You can go to your local bookstore. I bought mine from Books a Million. I love Books a Million. They got some of everything in there. You can find it on Amazon. You can find it. I think they have it on an audiobook, one of the audiobook. But just not. What was I gonna say? Just search. Put into your search engine, Blood at the Roots Ladarian Williams, Mr. Williams, and it will show where you can buy it from. I do recommend spending that money. Go ahead and get it. Go ahead and get it. In the book, and this is the last thing I just wanted to touch on this. The book it shows examples of how we as Black people we use practices that our ancestors used, practices that people deem demonic or something like that. When is not, just because they don't understand it. It's not even just all out the way rituals type practices. It's just small little things we do, as in don't let a broom sweep your feet, or sweeping out the door, sweeping as you sweep and sweep out the door, or saying prayers as we clean our houses. Blessing our houses. I know a lot of y'all woke up to y'all mama in the middle of the night, putting oil on your head, or you seeing her go door to door. So those are practices of the ancestors. Hoodoo, as most people call it, a mix of Christianity and what we used to practice as people. Um, the superstitions and stuff like that. So the book, it has all of that in it. It has the ancestral practices. It shows examples of all of it. It's based off of ancestral practices, ancestral magic. So it's a good read, and is educating while also entertaining. That makes him all the more a better author. So I really recommend it. Next, we have Real Talk, Life Lessons with Reflection. It is a self-reflection journal, and it was written by my mama, Christina Anderson. Oh, I spelled her name. So I put a G at the end of her name on this paper. Okay, that's funny. That's funny to me. Okay. She is known as, yeah, that's real funny. That's stupid. Okay, so she is known as Miss Unique. She's a podcaster. Kind of was an inspiration for me to go ahead and do this one. Thank you, Mama. Ooh, that was a lot of yeah, we ain't gonna speak on that. But she was my inspiration. She is part of the inspiration that pushed me to go ahead and start a podcast. I was kind of worried about people saying, "Oh, you copying your mama" and stuff like that. But I mean, who cares? Come on now. If anything, it's a compliment. So thank you, Mama, for the inspiration that you given me. And not only with this podcast, she's given me inspiration for a lot more. She's given me an inspiration to change, and it's a story. It really is a story. It's a story to tell, and I might tell it, but not today. So she is known as Miss Unique. She is a podcaster, a storyteller, a big storyteller. She has so many stories, and they are so interesting, and it explains a lot of stuff. But her podcast and books, it gets into it. It does. And she's a journalist, so she does write for magazines. What was it? One of them is the Straight Official magazine. So I mentioned that later on. So using her experiences, my mama connects with listeners and readers. Hosting her podcast, a unique experience and contributing to the Straight Official magazine. She brings a unique blend of originality and insight to her work. I don't know why I'm stuttering or dragging over my words. It is something. All right, so now we're gonna move into, once again, thank y'all for these bios that y'all gave me. Thank y'all for allowing me to mention y'all, because I did ask. I texted certain people, and asked them, was it okay to mention them, because I didn't just want to bring them up and stuff like that, because some people, you know, some people. But thank y'all for allowing me to mention y'all, and shed light on the things y'all are doing and the things y'all are writing and the changes y'all are trying to make. Um, it's just it's so much that people are doing that goes unrecognized, and somebody needs to recognize it. So all right, so I was sent how many? One, two, three, four, five, six. I was sent like eight questions. I'm trying not to like sniff and because I got a lot of some build up. I'm trying to get over that. So I'm gonna answer these questions, and that'll be our last segment for today. So, and I'll probably like answer questions throughout each podcast at the end. Just questions people want to know, not specifically just anything, but well, yeah, specifically anything. See, I'm kind of contradicting myself. I don't know, but let's see. So I was sent these questions. So here we go. Where did I grow up, and did it affect who I became? Most definitely. So I grew up in multiple homes in two towns. Um, I remember living in a few other towns. I remember living in Texas for a while, but I think it was like a travel thing. I don't know. I was young, and that's a story within its own. But I grew up in Marks, Mississippi, in Clarksville, Mississippi. I was raised by Christina Anderson, my grandmother. I was raised by Christina Anderson. I'm gonna say the second, my mom. I was raised by Shonda Webbs, my auntie. That's my second mom. I was raised by a lot of women in the family. I was raised by my sisters, Lanala and Jaquela. Um, but those are the main people who stick out to me. I was raised by LaCambers Williams. That is my sister. She's my cousin, but she's my sister. So, that's my sister. Yeah, that's my sister. I don't care about the cousin part. She's my sibling. Um, these people have taught me a lot. Um, they've instilled a lot in me. I was something to deal with. I'm not gonna lie. Um, how can I be plain? I'm trying to be plain. I was definitely something to deal with. I had a bad attitude. Was disrespectful in a way. Like I was trying to get my point across with. I didn't know how to express my feelings in a healthy way. I'm gonna put it like that. To me, it seemed the right way, but it wasn't in truth because of who I was trying to express it to and the way I was trying to express it to them. It came off wrong because it was wrong. You know what I'm saying? Um, but they took the time, after some whoopings, yeah, of course. The time was taken out to help me understand and help me navigate my feelings. Now, I struggled with my growing up. I did struggle with the relationship with my mama, but thank God lately is our relationship has been nothing but good. I'm very thankful for my mom and how far our relationship has came. Um, my mom, she had a lot of learning to do, just like I did, and at it was a point in time where I had to realize that, and I had to find a meeting point and realize, she's learning just like me, like she's trying her best. So I had to grow in my mind, understanding and chill a little bit and try to find a way to express myself a little better. And my aunt helped with that. My aunt would drive all the way from Marks all the way down to Clarksdale. It's like a 30-minute drive, but when she got called, she was it felt like 5 minutes. She got there in 5 minutes. I don't know, y'all. She got a heavy feet too, so uh-uh. But she'll come to me after a good whooping. She'll sit down and talk. And it took me a while to actually understand the talks she was having with me. Um, Even now, I look back on some of those talks and just really understand what she was saying because to me, all it sounded like was be quiet, you know, be quiet, don't express your feelings and stuff like that. That's what it sounded like to me at that moment because of the anger I had. But I grew to understand these talks and the purposes and what they were saying and what it actually meant. And I started working with myself and I started becoming better. So now, I've always been, aside from that, I've always been a calm, collected person. It's just when I got upset, I kind of like, yeah. So to answer the question, because I don't like to say, some people answer that question by saying, "Oh, I grew up in Marxist. I grew up, their town and state." Yes, I grew up in these towns, but I grew up around certain people. And those people, I'm not gonna say necessarily the places I grew up in had an effect, but the people in those places. And from my grandmother, she instilled in me a sense of responsibility and a good work ethic. When I was staying with my grandma, I don't care what she did, she had some type of hustle. And same with my mama, same with my auntie. Those are some hustling women's. The hustling women's. Women's. I said women's. You heard right. Um, they always had something to do. And my grandma, my grandma, I could say my grandma taught me how to not waste a day. She'll wake up early and start cleaning. She'll come in, wake us up. She'll play her blues, get a blues going, and we in there cleaning. On the weekends where we want to rest. And she taught us how to I used to look at this as a bad thing. But she'll put us outside and we'll have to stay outside all day. I kid y'all not all day. But I'm really thankful for that because She's taught me to not, because we didn't have phones and stuff like that then. But as we got them, she taught me how to stay connected with just how to stay connected with the world, like the earth and stuff like that. Not just, I'm not trying to. Whew, how do I put this? I don't want to say she did it directly, but I like being outside. I like nature. I'm a very nature person. I like nature. I'm big on nature. I hate bugs, but I love nature, and I feel like part of that comes from her. And I love animals. Part of that comes from her putting us outside and having us play, all the time outside. And she taught me how to be social because she didn't like us being off by ourselves and to ourselves. She'll do something. She always had something for us to do together. All the cousins would come to the house and she'll just find games. Halloween, I really feel like she liked Halloween. Every Halloween she dressed up as a witch. And that kind of had me thinking, not gonna lie. But she had the cousins, we'll all come over and we'll play these games. And I used to be real scared of the dark. I can remember this like is I used to be scared of the dark like real bad. She'll cause it's my grandma's fault. It's really she'll tell us like ghost stories and stuff like that. And she'll come around, like she'll go outside, she'll act like she going to the bathroom. She'll go outside, go around the house, come up to the window, and she'll beat on the window and make noise. And it used to scare all of us because we was young. But she scared all of us. I really miss that. Not gonna lie, I miss it. I really do. And for Halloween, I remember one Halloween. I used to be like, I don't want to say it was like schizophrenic in a way, or just like paranoid. I hated trees in the dark, like big trees. I felt like something was always in the trees and just watching. I did. So one Halloween, she had me go across the street and stand under a big tree for like 10 seconds, 10 to 30 seconds. I can't remember exactly. I used to think of it as her being mean, but it actually helped me get over a fear of the dark, first of all, and just that paranoia I had as a kid. It don't make sense. It don't make sense, but I did. It was a paranoia. It was yeah, yeah. But I really do miss that, and all of the stuff that she did, it kind of it played a part in who I am today. It really did. Um, yeah, and it's certain things that she do that I do now. And certain things that she do that my mom did that I do now. Certain things my auntie do that I do now. I get up early now. Not just by force because me being in the army, I do have to get up early, but even on the weekends when they give us a late wake up time or whatever, I do get up early and I straighten my area up. I always keep a clean area because they taught me to keep a clean area. And I don't want to say that they directly was trying to say it has things to do with energy, but it does. And they kind of like suggested it that it did in ways, and that goes back to the book I just told y'all about and the certain practices that we do without knowing and a certain superstition that we have and not knowing where they originated from. We just think it's a family thing or a black culture thing when in reality it is a black culture thing because it's an ancestry thing. But I know my grandma should be like, clean your area, clean your space because you'll feel better. It makes you feel better. You can't feel, you know because she'll say, "I don't feel right having a nasty house like mine," and that was just her way of saying her energy doesn't feel leveled or feel where it needs to be because her space is all over the place. So that taught me to keep a clean space. And my mom, she kept her house clean, kept it smelling good. Take pride in where you live. Take pride in where you dwell because that's your space. That's your energy. Those are your things. Keep it clean. Um, but they also played a part in my attitude today, um, my work ethics and my future goals. So yeah, yeah, where I grew up, that's how it affects me as a person. I don't know if I said a whole lot of nothing or if I explained, the question. So, but that's up to y'all to decide. So, what is my morning routine? It's the same every day. I kid y'all not. I get up, I pray, of course. I'm not just saying that because speaking to some people or putting out a video, I get up and I pray. Prayer has become a big thing. That also goes into that last question. My people are praying people. They really are. My mom is a praying woman. My grandma is a praying woman. My auntie is a praying woman. They are church people and they're Christians, and I'm thankful for that too. I pray every day. I get up, pray. I thank God for waking me up, and I thank God for the previous day. Because the situations, situations could be worse than what they are, but all we can do is just handle them as best as we can, and then let God take care of the rest of it. Um, I pray. I go wash my face, brush my teeth. Can't have stank breath. I put on Colgate. I use that Colgate. What is it? Colgate 12-hour protection, but I add a little more so I can have more than 12 hour. That spearmint, antibacterial, kills 99% germs, plaque, and reduces plaque and helps prevent gingivitis. That what's it called? Mouthwash. After I brush my teeth and brush my tongue because that's important too. Um, and I put a lot of grease on my face. That's something I got from my grandma that I've not stopped doing. My grandma and my auntie and my mama. I grease my face up before we go to school. My grandma, if she don't grease nothing else, she gonna grease that face. My grandma, she get a big scoop in her hand. I kid you not, a big scoop, and that's all it took. She'll grease my face, my brother face, my other brother face, my sister face, like all our face. We went to school looking like Christmas ornaments, like black Christmas ornaments, brown Christmas ornaments. Um, but it helps my skin. My skin, I'm always told that my skin looks full of life and stuff like that. So, yeah. Sometimes people be like, "You sweat," and I'm like, "Nah, my face just greasy." But my face stay greasy. It stay greased up. It will stay moisturized. I can't stand a dry face. Thank you, grandma, for that. Thank y'all for that. I put on that grease. Then I get dressed in my uniform, my OCPs, my camouflage, and then I put on my smell goods. Um, I take pride in how I smell, so I keep up with my hygiene, and I like to add a little something to it. But even when I put on my smell goods, I like the roll on gas station cologne. That's it's good. It lasts. Like the roll on handmade, different scents. They got it here too. I was surprised I saw a black man at a counter. I was like, the Lord knew I needed it, and he's selling himself. And the scents are they're natural. They natural, and they smell so good. Um, but I put on my scents. But even if people, I'll walk past people and they'll be like, Anderson, you smell like food. I was like, what? They was like, yeah, I ain't trying to be racist, man, but you smell like you smell like fried food. I don't know if that's just some God gave to black people, but they tell me that all the time, no matter what type of cologne or whatever I put on, they always say, you smell like food. So I take it as a compliment. They'll be like, you just got came from somewhere. So I'm like, no, it's early in the morning. Like I just came downstairs. And it was like, well, you smell like food. Like I don't know where that come from, but yeah, I smell like food. That's one of the best compliments a person can receive. But I put on the smell goods and I pray again. Sometimes I'll pray twice. And then I'll come online. I'll look at the news. I like to watch news. I like to keep up with what's going on. I really do. Because I feel like it's important to know what's going on. And not every morning, but some mornings I'll read. If I'm able to, if I wake up early enough, I can read a chapter within the Bible or just some verses. And, get a little motivation for the day. Then I head downstairs. I head downstairs, no matter how early I get there. So let's see. Next question. What is your favorite funny story to tell people? Okay, this is the most recent because it is very funny to me. And yeah, so in basic, you have to go through a gas chamber. So it's basically mace dispersed into the air. Excuse me. So they put this thing into a can and they light it on fire and they wave it around the room. It's an air agent. It's an respiratory agent. And we have to take off our mask and breathe it and then say the soldier's creed or whatever they want us to say. And y'all, when I because you can feel it on your skin walking in. When I breathed in, I instantly started coughing. I got into the first part of the Soldier's Creed. I was like, I'm an American, so I'm just dying. And they was starting to push us out. Yo, I fell on the ground and I just laid there. I feel like I was dying. I just laid there. I just knew it was my time. I just knew it was over for me. I ain't know what else to do. I just laid there, breathing in the air, just dying. I'm over here. I can see the light. I can see the light. I'm thinking it's God calling me home, but the light was them opening the door to let us out. I hear drill sergeant Anderson, get off the ground, get off the ground, and he just grabbed my shirt, and just pushed me out the door. It's a video. I'm gonna have to get that clip off of my hard drive because it's a video of me coming out and I'm throwing up, and I had to stop for a minute. I'm throwing up all on the ground. I threw up on a drill sergeant, got in trouble, and they just laughing. I could just hear him, and I'm just mad, upset, and just throwing up. It's just throw up L, and I'm getting to our little point that we gotta get to, and I stop again and throw up. But after stepping outside, I'd say within the first 2 minutes, it started to die down. The air, it was a breezy day, so the air kind of swept it off of us and got us back to normal. I was upset, but you can imagine that drill sergeant being more upset because he got thrown up on him. So next question is, what is the best compliment I've received? I'm told, apart from smelling like chicken or fried foods, I'm told that I got an old soul. Even here, anywhere I go, I kid you not, whatever school I went to, wherever I go, whatever group of people I'm around, I always get the title of granddaddy, like grandpa, granddaddy, old man. Even in within my family, at some point with my siblings, they start calling me granddaddy, granddaddy LJ, this and this and that because of, you know, I ain't gonna say that, but they'll be like, you just give off somebody in their 70s, like you just talk like you're old. You got the your music taste is kind of old, but I listen to everything. But here I listen to a lot of gospel and stuff like that, and I listen to like old R&B here. And I on Sundays I play my gospel. Even on other random days I play my gospel and I play my old R&B and I play a little blues. And they'll come to my door and they'll be like, "What you playing today?" And I just show them the song and they'll go listen to it themselves. Like they like my music, man. But and I give a lot of advice here. I do that a lot. Like a lot of people that come to me for some advice or something like that, or just to talk to me. People like talking to me. People like being around me. But they always say, "You just got an old soul. You just remind me of a 70-year-old man. It's like you about 70 or 80s. You know, in your 70s or 80s, and you just trapped in a young man body. You just don't age. That's all that is." I'm like, nah, I very much age. I miss when I was if I could go back to being young, I would. But I'm young now, but as in, you know, out of adulthood type young. So yeah, that's my favorite compliment. I will always take that compliment to heart, and I just like that. It's a big compliment to me. So what did I want to be as a kid when I grew up? What did I want to be when I grew up from being a kid? The army was definitely not in my foreseen future, where I thought it wasn't. But I wanted to be a police officer. I have always wanted to be a police officer. I've wanted to be a teacher, and at one point, I wanted to be a bus driver. I don't know what made me want. I think because of my liking of big vehicles. Like I love big vehicles, and a bus is a big vehicle. And me being a police officer, I've always wanted to help people. That's something I've always wanted to do, and I wanted to stop people from doing bad. It's cliche, but come on now, what other response can people say to that? Like, come on now, that's very unique. But and I like the lights and sirens. I like the lights and sirens. I like that they're able to speed and stuff like that. So I'm gonna just say that. But I always wanted to help people. I've always wanted to stop bad things. Oh, yeah, excuse me. I always wanted to stop bad things as they are happening. Not, Not saying that it's not helpful for, people that come and shows up and do things after it happens, but I've always wanted to stop things from happening further. Stop things in the moment. I've always wanted to be that person they call, and not just that person, just because I don't want to sound like I want to feel needed, because that's not the case. I've just always wanted to help people, and I feel like being a first responder I could help in that moment more than I could after. I could bring more, hmm, I could bring more peace, and it's a word. It's a word. Hmm. I can just be there in that moment and help in that moment. Help bring peace in that moment and not after. Um, so yeah. And I wanted to be a teacher. Even now I'm thinking about going into the education field, because I feel like school is the first place where you can help people. Teachers have a huge effect on kids. I've had teachers throughout school that I can remember specifically. Miss Tasha, Miss Tasha Williams, Tasha Tucker Williams. I can't remember if because her name has changed like twice. I think I don't know. But she was my teacher in kindergarten. She helped. She was in the teacher's assistant, I think, in kindergarten for Miss Bailey, and then she moved to be a she ended up being my fourth grade teacher in Clarksdale. So first she was in Marks, kindergarten teacher, and then she was a fourth grade teacher. She was I think it was like English or social studies. I think it was English. She was my English teacher in fourth grade, and she a big influence on my life. Also Mrs. Green, my fifth grade teacher, great teacher and great person. I can't say that. She sent me books through the mail. Great books. It's just one book I want to reread, and I think I lost it at some point. So I'm looking for it, and I'm trying to find it. I can't even think of the name of it, but I'll find it at some point. And then Mrs. Dawson, Clarksville High School, great teacher, good attitude, great energy. She was a good person. Um, who else was it? No, you start joking. Andre Noss. He is was my choir director. Clarksville High School. I was a president, yes sir, big president. But Clarksville High School. Not only was he a teacher for me, he was also a mentor. And he was an influence on my life inside of school and outside of school. Still is. Very very accomplished person, very level-minded person. Um, and it's this other teacher. I can't remember her name for the life of me. It was at Grenada High School. No, Grenada Middle School. Um, what was this woman name? What was this woman name? It started with a P. I think it was Powell or something like that. I showed her my first manuscript of a book. I was in the seventh grade, I think, and I showed her my manuscript, my rough draft, and she read it over, and she pushed me to try to get it published. And she had a lot of confidence in me. I can't say that she had a lot of confidence in me. So I thank her for that too. So I've always wanted to be a teacher because of the influence they can make on people, and I just want to be an influence for somebody, do some type of good. I'm not gonna say I won't be able to do anything like huge within life, but I feel like it can happen. But I've always wanted to start small. I didn't want to just be one of those people that just jump straight to big things and probably end up failing because they didn't start with being, doing small things. I want to be a servant. I'm gonna say that. I want to be a servant to people, not in a master type way, hey master, please master, not in that type of way, but just a servant to the people, be of service to the people in some type of way. That's the best way I can put that, and I'm gonna leave it at that. My life motto. Oh no, wrong, wrong. What's my biggest passion? My biggest passion is writing. You can do so much with your writing. You can start revolutions with writing. You can change lives with writing. You can influence people with writing. You can get a message out through writing. It's so much you can do with writing. It's just so much. And the things that writing has started. Writing is so important, so powerful that they tried to ban certain books that they felt bring forth change in people. So I'm very passionate about writing because writing is so important. Writing it records history. You know, it records because of writing. We know so much, and we're able to obtain much, and we're able to give knowledge not only to people now, but for future generations, for people to come. Writing is so important. It is very important. And I will always be passionate about it, and I will always defend writing to my last breath. Because of writing, we have the Bible. You understand? Because of writing, we understand so much. So it's so much knowledge that can be put into writing. So I'm gonna leave it at that because I'm struggling to find words to just explain the passion behind it. You know, because if it wasn't for writing, I would not be here. I'm gonna put it like that. I know a lot of people is nowadays have stories like that to because of some this they would not be here because it's the truth. Um, I've always kept a journal. Some people say diary. I like to call it diary too. People say it's a female thing, but a diary, a journal, whatever a memoir, whatever you like to call it. I've always kept one. I still have them from when I was 10, and a little younger. I have all of those journals. Writing saves lives. People are able to express themselves and let go of feelings within that writing. They could have something in their mind, like they want to go kill somebody, and instead of doing that, they write down how they feel, and as they're writing, that energy in their mind goes their from them through that pen to that book. They release all of that within that book. They let go of things, and through the writing, through those pages, you know, and I've done that, and that's how that also keeps helps me maintain myself. Writing it is very important. It is so important. Um, okay, so now we're gonna move to something else. The last search on Spotify. My last search on Spotify was Pothole Paradise Band. That was my last search because the music is so good. I can't express that enough. They have great music. It might not be a lot of people's forte, but it's good music. That is good music. That is a good band, and I hope I'm able to go see them when I get home. Because they do shows. I've seen a recent post of them doing a show in Starkville, Mississippi. I do plan on going to one of their live concerts and probably, just getting more information from them because the the music is good. It's really good. I really like their music. I'm a big music person because not it's not just the music. I don't just go listen to the songs and oh I like this song. I listen to the meanings of songs and the instrumentals. Like instruments can tell stories. And don't let it be a good instrumental. I will just download the instrumental and listen to the instrumental. But music to me is so complex and amazing. Gospel music and all types of music because music tells stories. And just like writing music holds so much information. So much information. The ancestors use the music. They use songs. They use things to call on God, to call on the ancestors before them to give them strength, to to give them, just give them knowledge. It's just music is something. And it's so I just can't express how I feel in words. It's just nothing I can say that will truly just express how I feel it in words. Like just you ever just had a song, especially a gospel song that just resonate with you so well, and you find yourself not only paying attention to the words, you paying attention to the music in the background. You paying attention to everything that makes the song, and it's amazing. It's amazing. Music is amazing. But Pothole Paradise Band, go give them a listen. They go give them a listen. They got some good music. What gives you motivation? What gives me motivation? me knowing that I have more to accomplish, me knowing that where I am is not where I stop. I feel like everybody has a purpose and everybody has things to accomplish. And my purpose, I don't know exactly what it is yet, but I know for fact that there's more for me to do. I know for fact that there are lives that need, influencing. There are people that need somebody to talk to or just confide in. It's people that need that influence and people that need other people. So that motivates me to help people. That motivates me to want bigger for myself. And that keeps me going because there are people out there that need certain things. And not trying to sound like a savior or nothing, but it's just the truth. People, that what motivates me. Me knowing that I could possibly help somebody in the future. With stuff that I've already done and stuff that I've already been through. Yeah, I'm young, but young people go through things too. It may not be as big and as and I do air quotes again, grown-ups claim that they go through. I know it's a lot that grown-ups do go through, but some of them just some I don't know, some of them just get on my nerves. Like in a way as in some grown-ups they still have childlike minds. And the things they view as big don't even be as big because they're worrying about the wrong things. But children go through things too. Young adults go through things. Grown-ups go through things. And I've been through things, whether that's been things with myself or just things with the environment around me. I have been through things. And I feel like through my experiences and through my stories and through the knowledge I have obtained, and I feel like I can give that to somebody else and I could help somebody else. And I know that God put me here to do something bigger than what I'm doing now. I know God has a plan for me and a purpose. And that is what motivates me truly. That is truly what motivates me. So that's what, that's my motivation. That's what keeps me going. Knowing that I have a bigger purpose, something higher to do. Last question of the day, and then we're gonna end it. We are a little over an hour. I've wanted to keep it to an hour or an hour and 30. But last question of today: what made me want to start a podcast? Um, I have a lot to say. I do. Excuse me. I have a lot to say. I have a lot I want to express. I'm a talker. I got stories for days. I'm a very knowledgeable person, and I feel like it's a lot of things that people don't understand that should be explained. And why not? Just why not? Why not do something I like? Why not talk? Why not share? Why not share the knowledge that I have? Why not? Who would I be if I obtained knowledge and just didn't share it with somebody? When my whole thing is people should know these things. People should, just, who would I be? That would be hypocritical of me. I would be a hypocrite. Hypocritical, is that a word? I don't know. We'll find out later. But podcasts are just people talking about a specific subject or multiple subjects and giving people knowledge or sharing their experience. Anybody could do podcasts, and I feel like people should, more people should. And I feel like there's a lot of podcasts that doesn't, but there are a lot of subjects or topics that are not talked about. And yeah, we have podcasts about music or political policy analysis or whatever. But sometimes people have to look at things from another point of view. People have to. This is my way of showing people a young black man's point of view of the world, a young black man's point of view of how things are in a young black man experience in the world. And I feel like this is my way of showing you. And this is my way of allowing people to understand me as a person. So I'm gonna leave y'all with that. I have enjoyed talking today. Um, share, like, New episodes every Friday. Every Friday, I will not miss a beat. And if the podcast start doing good, I will start doing episodes twice. Now, I'm speaking it into existence because I'm not necessarily just doing it for views and likes and shares because even if they don't, even if this don't become a big thing or just become a thing at all, I'm still gonna post. I'm still gonna share knowledge because at some point somebody will look and somebody will see or hear something that they needed to see or hear. I will start getting my video stuff going, showing videos once I get my materials and once I get my equipment. I have two things coming in: a camera and the microphone. I use my Temu credits. I got it off Temu. Yep, yep. Because I've seen a lot of products and I've gotten products from Temu that are real good products and work perfectly well. I got like two small little microphones for the iPhone stuff, and they work wonderful. They are very nice. They are very nice. I used it for my graduation. I don't think any good videos were recorded, but yeah. So it's very nice. So thank y'all for watching. It was gonna be a live, but YouTube had other plans. But thank y'all for watching. Next week maybe a live. We don't know. May have an interview. We don't know. But join and see. And I will see y'all next Friday on Discuss and Discover.